let's get into this thing, bro. This is episode number 2. Since they ain't got episode number 1, we talking about knowing thyself. This is our series, knowing thyself, and you broke it down basically like you're real intelligent. You've been in this for a long time. I'm just jumping in the game. Just stepping away and learning my own spirituality, learning myself. But the series now we kind of pivoting, and you want to talk about why we left the church. Basically, why we left organized religion, to a sense, man. So I'll let you start it off. I mean, I kind of look up to you in this regard, man. So let me talk to me. What made you leave the church? When you left the church, and go from there, bro.
Okay, first I want to start off with a disclaimer and saying that I don't know everything. I study to try to show myself to be a student of whatever it is I speak on. I'm not just speaking from my feelings or something that, makes me excited or something. Like, I actually read, I research, I look things up, and I don't just use the internet as a source. I have hard copy books and things that I actually go into and I look at and I study from all various sources, whether I agree, disagree, or whatever. But I appreciate your sentiment and how you say you look up to me, because, I did step away from the church. You know what I mean? I was a dude that grew up in church my father was a pastor. You know what I mean? So I basically been in church since I was in his nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in church. He was a minister from 9 years old. So, I've been around and involved in this, man, for right at about 30 years from me. I was involved in that type of stuff, and I stepped away from the church probably, right at about probably 10, 11 years ago. And when I say stepped away, I was actually kicked out of church for questioning stuff in ministry school and stuff like that when I was there. So, it wasn't like I parted ways because I wanted to, but when I did have to part ways, it gave me more insight to realize that questions need to be asked. And if you can't give me answers, I got to find them. So that's what I did. I said, fuck them.
So basically, I mean, and I want to go, because we talked about this a few times. So, I ask you this for a reason. What are the questions that you asked that kicked you out of ministry school? You said ministry school or the church?
Yeah, I was in ministry school, and ministry school was attached to the church I was going to, and I was in class one day, and the teacher was speaking on faith and healing, because this is the specialty of what this particular man did at the church. He was an orator on healing. He spoke on, he taught in the school on healing and on having faith, and one day we were in class and he was teaching and everybody was getting all excited, and I just, raised my hand and asked the question, how is this money message that we're hearing consistently from right here as the source, what does that have to do with my healing? If I'm sick, and we're talking about an all-knowing, all-powerful God. If I'm sick and I got to go to him and I got to give him some money to heal me, like, that sounds like an exchange, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds like we get, it's like some bullshit, basically. And if God, why does God need my faith or my prayer in order for him to do something for me that he already knows that I'm in need of? Like, that doesn't sound like the life of a being that is, well, you say all-knowing or all-powerful, because why would you let me suffer if you've already given this ultimate sacrifice for me? And those questions got me sent basically, to pastor's office, which eventually got me, because he couldn't give me an answer to the same question, which got put me in a position of you can't participate in anything, so you can just only come to church now. And then I just bounced. It's like there's no point in me being shunned away because I ask you questions that you basically not qualified to give me the answer to.
Yeah.
Like, if you my teacher, if you my fucking teacher, bro, if I'm sitting my ass in your fucking class and I ask you a question and you can't answer it, I mean, I feel that the best answer would be, I'll get back to you on that. I'll look that up. Don't give me some, faith or hope or, just believe. Like, fuck all that shit, man. Give me some fucking shit I can run with, some meat and fucking potatoes, man. Not no fucking hope. I don't need that. I need a fucking answer.
Not to cut you off, but basically this is what I heard yesterday. The guy said, if you can't teach something simple, you can't break things down in a simple form, then you simply don't understand it. You know what I mean?
You should. That's right. You simply don't understand it. That is so beautiful. That is beautiful.
So with them, they couldn't. I think that if you're in the ministry for all those years, right, you should be able to break down why. For me, if I'm teaching a certain sport, if I can't teach you if I can't give you 3 or 4 explanations on why you should do a certain way you're doing a drill, let's say shooting, and if I can't teach you 3 or 4 different ways to shoot or get to the way I need to get you, then I shouldn't be teaching it to you. For the same thing, to get to 4, 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 times 1 equals, you got to have different ways. If I can't get the 4, 3 or 4
different ways to get to the same result.
The same results. But if I can't do that, the problem is I don't need to be teaching. I don't need to be doing, or there's no truth to it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so basically, so tell me how that went, because I know the pastor pretty well of that church where you went. But how did that go? When you had a conversation,
it didn't go well.
I mean, you asked him any questions?
I got called to the office, and I basically asked the same questions to him that I asked to his minion. You know what I mean? His assistant. Well, where else they going? Where else would they go? They're tied to a belief system that don't have no validity to them. They still hoping and waiting.
Waiting and hoping, huh?
They waiting and hoping, man. Look, what I've noticed, man, is that every time you go to a man and you ask them, some type of question about, well, who is God? Or what is God? They give you some old bullshit, holy ass answer that they can't ever, it's not tangible. Like, it's not some shit that you can go to and be like, hey, what's up, God? I can't call on it. I can't see it. I can't deal with it in a reasonable way. All I can do is hope that it don't fuck over me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like you just giving yourself sort of like a comfort system, because things there are things outside of your actual control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've created this entity to give yourself this fucking sense of comfort. And if I do with this, if I be nice to it, it's gonna be nice to me. Like, that ain't the way that shit rolls, yo. That's bullshit comfort right there.
I gotta give them a sacrifice. I gotta give money. I gotta give them this.
Yeah, I gotta do something in order for this ultimate entity to do for me. That so to say created me and the universe. But what my little minion ass do matter to it. And it's the ultimate.
Yeah.
And I'm just a fragment of it. But my actions matter so much that it can't override what I do. That does not sound like a God to me. That don't sound like no almighty, all-powerful motherfucker to me. That sounds like a motherfucker like somebody's mama, auntie, grandma that raised you. But you got limits on what you can do. You got to be in this motherfucker at 10 o'clock. You don't be here, you're locked out. I'm going to whoop your ass. Like, those are the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't do what I say, you go to hell. Fuck is that, man?
So you think, let me ask you this, man. Do you think that organized, we said in church because we came from that Christian background, but do you think that organized religion, you talk about the only ones I can pull up right now is like Islam, Christianity, and you can go, there's a list of other ones out there.
Yeah.
You think that they rob you of your self-appreciation?
Absolutely. None of those things ever teach you to find out who you are in relation to the rest of the world. None of it. All of it tells you, Christianity, submit your life to Christ. Submit your life from, turn away from the world, which is the reality you live in, and just hope that shit get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Islam wants you to turn to Allah for all your situations and problems. I mean, you're still turning to another outside entity other than yourself that you can't taste, touch, smell, hear, or feel, to do something for you in relation to you doing something for it. Like, there's no responsibility for self, no accountability for what you are or what you do already have, control over. I'm not saying that self is the totality of everything, but if I don't know myself, how can I relate well to a woman that I want to, be with, or to kids if I have those, or to my parents? If I don't know me and my response to how I'm going to respond to negative things when they happen, or if I'm going to be able to accept positive things when they come about. Like if I don't know me, then how the fuck am I of any value to anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing you is the most important thing in the world. Like that's why in the temples, in the temples, in the mystery temples, when they were giving out information in Egypt and Kemet, know thyself was inscribed on those door seals. First things inscribed, man. Know thyself, because if you don't know you, you can't really relate to things in a relatable way or understand the interrelatedness of everything.
Yeah.
Like everything here is together for a reason. It's not a hierarchy of I'm higher than, you're no higher than the ant, man. You know what I mean? like there's no hierarchy. It's an interrelatedness. It's a connection.
If you don't know yourself,
we all have
you think about this. If you don't know yourself, you can't connect to anything spiritually. You can't connect with people. You can't connect with the laws of Ma'at. You can't connect with you can't connect with any of it. Because
it's a
you have no
disconnection
identity
altogether. It's a disconnection. Yeah. You're living in dis-ease, disease. You're off the frequency. You're out of line. And that's how a lot of us operate. We've allowed this dogma to stagnate our ability to really be who we're supposed to be. We live by these old fucked up rules, these bullshit rules, bro, that don't hold no validity to nothing but how somebody gonna view you. But everybody don't operate by these rules.
You summed it up.
Everybody don't do that.
You summed it up, man. We call it, basically they're just rules. People are looking at them as spiritual laws, spiritual principles.
Nah, man. Look, gravity is a fucking law, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like being nice, that ain't no fucking law, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's a choice.
It's a choice. There you go. It's not a law. You don't have to be nice to somebody. And people be like, well, it's just the right thing to do. Right according to what? Right according to how you feel about yourself? But I don't owe you no hellos or no goodbyes when I come and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not obligated to do that. Now, I could do those things because we're human beings and I understand the interrelatedness of things, so that makes me be a nice being to all creatures, whether they're nice to me or not. This is just what I'm going to be. This is the frequency that I live on. I don't give a damn what you do. What you do doesn't affect how I respond or how I get, or what I give off. You know what I mean? Like, let you be you. I'm gonna meet you where you at. You stupid. I'm gonna meet you at your stupid place. And I believe in meeting. You can only meet energy where it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, if you're more than it, it's gonna be destroying it. You know, you don't want to destroy everything. You want to elevate everything to the same level that you are. Because like, I only believe in separation of negative and positive. I don't give a fuck what the color your skin is. Because all skin folk ain't fucking kinfolk, bro.
Yeah.
But how do you? What are your actions like? How do you live? What do you believe in? Like, not like when I say believe in, when you believe in something, you exhibit actions that show these things. See, I live a certain way. Now, I don't believe in anything. Either I know a thing or I don't. But if you believe in a religion, then you should live by the tenets of that religion. It should be able to be shown by your conduct, by your words. You know what I mean? Like, so you call yourself a Christian, you shouldn't be at the club with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
the person who does not
ascribe
to that. I shouldn't see you out like that. You shouldn't be drinking with me if that's the case. You shouldn't be smoking with me outside at break. You know what I'm saying? You should be holy.
Exactly. So breaking that down, what you're saying right now, basically, like that's the challenge that I had with the church as well, in terms of like they're the most, from what I've seen, like most Christians. Everybody, most people that have followed religions they're hypocrites, because you can't really. You can't fully dive your whole being into something that's not, you know what I mean? You got to have some, because it's not built for everybody. Religion's trying to make that built for everybody, but it's not, because we all have our own separate spirituality. But going back to, like, for instance, like Christians, I heard Malcolm X say this, and again, I'm paraphrasing this. He said Christians, one of the religious that religion, they don't follow the religion. I mean, to Christianity to the T. A lot of people in Islam, they do. You know, the ones that I guess that he knew at the time. But just going back to this too, this religious stuff keeps changing. We talked about this. Like, for instance, what the Taliban is doing, what ISIS and ISIL is doing right now, basically what they're, and that's the reason why they call them ISIL, but basically they're doing exactly what Muhammad said they should do. They're going by the letter of the word. So they're the true Islam. They're following to a T. Christianity keeps changing. Islam doing the same thing. You keep changing and changing and changing because they don't want to sell out to one thing. They want to keep changing the things to what they want it to be. So why the fuck do we have the religion in the first place if you're going to keep changing to what you want to be? You know what I mean?
Well, the religion is here to deceive you, to take you away from the spirituality. If you're allowed to get caught up in the emotion and the trance that these things program you to, then you'll forever be a slave to it, searching for something without to fill you up.
Mm-hmm.
When all you got to do is turn to, you're looking for some outside source to give you something that you can do for yourself.
Yeah,
and it's just sad, man. Like these fucking sheeple out here, and they want to try to evangelize you to a God that they never fucking met. Man, you don't keep that motherfucker to yourself, bro. Go home and give it to whoever you want to give it to. But to me, I don't want that nigga you talking about. I'm good on that bullshit. I already tried that shit. That shit didn't do nothing for me. It took a whole lot from me. It didn't add anything to me as a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't add anything to your person. It makes you think in a fucking box, which just keeps you stagnant. It doesn't allow you the opportunity to grow any way outside that box. And they don't allow you to question anything or to learn anything outside of that. They want you to be solely stuck on that one fucking 66 chapter book, 66 volume book. That's what they want you to focus on. And half that shit ain't even got no fucking validity to it. Half that shit ain't written from a historical or accurate fucking perspective. Half of that shit ain't written by the motherfuckers they tell you that it's written by. So as far as I'm concerned, you can't make me buy, I'm not going to voluntarily buy into a lie. Fuck that. That sounds stupid to me. And live my life according to it. You can do what you want with yours, but I'm not doing that shit. Like, that's not what if I wasn't supposed to be intelligent, I wouldn't have been created with a mind to be able to think. I'd have been made a fucking bird, my man. I'd have been made some fucking grass or a tree or some shit that they ain't got to think and just do what the fuck it's supposed to do. I wouldn't be a thinking being.
We wouldn't have all these problems. What about you think these religions are tribal religions?
Now, man, these religions, they're tribal. Do I think they come from a tribal perspective?
No. Okay, so when I say tribal, I mean like this. If I grew up in India, guess what my religion would be? You already know.
You'd be Buddhist or Hindu. Yeah.
Exactly. If I grew up in China, same thing. My religion would be something different. If I grew up in America, like I am right now, whatever area I grew up in, that's where my God would be. So I call that tribal religion. This is what we believe. This is our God. So
shit. Okay. Well, with you saying that, yes, I will say yeah to that, because where we grew up and where we lived is considered the Bible Belt. Anything in the southern region, realize anywhere that slavery took place, the South, that's the South, the Bible Belt. That's where they beat that shit into your spirit. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It wasn't until I had friends from other states up north that talked to me about Islam, Allah, or anything other than just Jesus. There was nobody in my circle in my entire life talking to me about anything other than fucking Jesus. Ever. I was the only person that went out and found other things, Krishna and, Buddha, Muhammad, I found all these different, things in my own searches. Like, so it's not just one way to find enlightenment. Fuck, these motherfuckers been trying to sell me this one motherfucker, this one beat up, dead, crucified motherfucker at that, like a defeated nigga. They've been trying to get it's like to me, like holding on to Jesus is like holding on to the fucking Confederate flag, bro. It's like you lost, nigga. Like, what we doing?
Yeah.
you lost. Why are we still holding on to the symbols of fucking
like we won,
bro?
Like we won. You think about this, the niggas that won something, nigga. If you lost a championship game, you still like fuck, we still the top team. We still number one, nigga. Just because time passed, don't make your ass number one. You lost, nigga. You lost in the finals against the Warriors.
Yo,
exactly.
Man. The Buffalo Bills went to the fucking final, to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and never won.
4 times.
Nobody talk about them as being a great team. Nobody ever talk about them as being one of the greatest teams ever. There ain't never been another team to go to Super Bowl 4 times in a row. Nobody talks about them. Nobody don't talk about a loser. But we hold up. But in this South region where they they sold you this Jesus motherfucker so hard, you know what I'm saying? Like we hold on to the loser.
They hold on to that nigga.
Because tell me of a right thinking person. Because I don't know, like sacrifice. The word sacrifice is a funny word to me. You know what I mean? You know they were sacrificing shit in the Bible from the book of Genesis on through. You know what I'm saying? God was the first motherfucker to shed blood when he clothed Adam and Eve. When they realized they were naked, he gave them skins to put up on their body. He was the first fucking killer. And ever since then, he been requiring blood fucking sacrifice. So when you follow the tenets of the church, like, you wonder why motherfuckers dying and shit be happening. Like, it's what y'all serve. Y'all serve that God. That God is a God of blood sacrifice. What the fuck you expect to happen?
Think about it right now, just when you saying that, and this is a foregone conclusion, and it's obvious, we still fighting over religion. That's all we fighting against. It's America against this and against that. It's all boiled down to religion. It all boiled down to great religion.
Every country has a God, bro. Every country has a God that they follow.
So that's how they started. The Crusades doing the same thing that ISIL did.
Absolutely, but it's the same. This has been the same formula that's been taking place over and over and over again. It's just a spiral, you know. But all of it is just for a matter of control, because religion is control. See, spirituality is freedom. Spirituality is energy. It allows you, your spirit is energy. It allows you to be in frequency or in tune with what's good and negative. It's not going to it doesn't turn itself off because something is not in tune with what it doesn't agree with. It's like the ultimate source of all energy. You know what I mean? So it can go in any direction. So you wonder why bad happened, the same reason why good happened, because it's supposed to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have both. That's balance.
Think about it. That's freedom, and you gotta understand this. You know, these Abrahamic religions, Islam and Christianity, that's why they're big on slavery. You know what I mean? But think about this. They're big on that, but it's you black people in particular. I just don't understand it. How can you? This is the religion. You got stripped from your spirituality when you came from Africa, and then you come here and they told you to be a Christian, and you still practicing it. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Like, black people practicing Christianity is like, you're not a slave anymore, but you want to be slave in your mind. You want what their slave masters. You're still looking at that white Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, that's the special slave master.
They're still the pinnacle of what you want to aspire to be like in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get sold the American dream in a lot of different ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to work, you educated, you get trained to do some shit, you get a house, you clothed, you fed, you amused. But at the end of the day, what you got? Fucking nothing. Cause it's a fucking dream. You know, dreams happen when you fucking sleep.